Podcast Amsterdam.
Here's my report back from the hackathon. I went solo, not a coder, to a hackathon my first time. Thinking of ideas for the radio station. Didn't have any team with me or any connections at all. Didn't know a single soul. This went on Friday, the 10th of February to the 11th. I think that's right. Yeah. Overnight, over in the marine terrain by the Kodam Academy and various other buildings around that. And it was super exciting. It all kicked off by a tweet by Yella Prince, well known for doing the very first apps for Booking.com and Uber. And of course, this theme is the AI Hackathon. So it's not just an ordinary hackathon, one of the world's first AI hackathons. Listeners, I only found out on the day and then afterwards texting from friends because they took a film crew from the national news NOS and they did a whole thing on the 8 o'clock news on Saturday night. Loads of people saying, "You've been on TV. You might have spotted me," listeners. I don't know. I made sure I was in the front row and I was trying to and I put my hand up really, really high to pitch for a team first. And that was it. So there were 42 ideas being pitched, and the idea is you had to kind of recruit a team. Many people came with a kind of team already, and coders already. But that was quite hard. So then after you'd pitch for like 45 seconds or something, 30 seconds to put your idea to the group, and there were 42 ideas. How many teams were formed? I think there were about 28 teams from that. And miracle of miracles, we got a team to experiment with radio AI, listeners. And even there's like the fruit of that is actually on the station now. So what we did during the weekend, shout out to Marcel and Akansa from MessageBird, who are coders and programmers, and they joined my team, which was a miracle, and thought, let's play around with some artificial intelligence, machine learning tricks for radio that can work on radio. So what we did is we came up with we used the kind of OpenAI chat thing to take long form news and put it into a radio script. And then we also cloned some voices of local personalities, Nick and Sitza, cloned their voices. It took 2 minutes to clone their voices. So Marcel and Akansa just did this tool that you can kind of click, and it would all then use the text to voice AI and convert the text to our cloned voices already without needing a microphone or anything. I'd already collected the voice samples by mic, 2 minutes, and then we were able to put any news story, any text news story in their voices, and then we can upload it to the station. So I've already uploaded one of those to the station. You can hear an AI generated news story on the station. It's in the playout, and that one was Nick. It's about an event, a local event. Big test of out of my comfort zone I had to present, but it's all experimenting, having fun, and there were so many great ideas, listeners. So let's think. These are some of the things, and I think there's a kind of quite a community of people experimenting now on this, and it's a lot of enthusiasm and fire. It's going to continue. Some of the things that came out of this weekend already: tools that you can build in 24 hours. Apps that scan and summarize important government docs for those with low literacy. That was called Simple. I think they'll release it. A daily story generator for your child to build memory and make sense of the day using their illustrations and things. Recreating the voice of a loved one for that last conversation when you need them, based on things like their historical WhatsApp chats with you. Their example was with a son and a father who had passed away, and then being able to converse with them still with voice. And that's called Here, by the way. And I think that will also be out there. They've got a Twitter handle already. They had a custom poem booth and so many other great things out of Amsterdam. And people came from like Berlin and I think London and stuff. But a lot of the talent is really from Amsterdam and the Netherlands building these things.
Podcast Amsterdam.